raw unscripted review of this retro monster gaming console controller. It is themed off of the PS2. If that is not obvious, I guess you could say it might be possibly themed off of the PS3. However, that, my friends, reminds me of PS2. Now, I want to say something that's probably going to annoy you as you're setting this up. All right, are you ready for this? This is back. So you see PlayStation right there, right? If I hit B, that brings me down to all of the games. You saw there, right? Like all these games. Now I can scroll through. There you go. So now if I want to like go back, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to hit A. And it brings me back to PlayStation. Now, why is this a big deal? Because if you actually look at that screen, right? You're looking at the screen, my microphone's in your way. You see the navigations and stuff that you got going on there? It tells you that you need to be hitting the other button. So because of that, it's probably going to confuse you a little bit. Also, okay, so for the Nintendo DS, is pretty much the only emulator that I've noticed this with. If you hit these two buttons and you hold them down together, that is like what brings up the emulator settings. So what we're going to do is my friends, I do have the audio off. Please do keep in mind that the audio is off for a very specific reason. However, I do want to say something really quickly before we the listing on Amazon, it shows you that the USB ports, it shows you the two different audio options, plus obviously you can of course put out the audio through the HDMI, and then you have a little power thing. However, for reasons, it's literally on right now, so I'm not gonna like bring that. You see the little blue light over there behind the PC? That's a little console. It's a little tiny thing. It would fit over my eyeballs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to my favorite console of all time, because it is the best console of all time, and you know it is the best console of all time. And I really hope that I'm not in your way. Okay, I'm not in your way. So so I do want to say something really quick. So Nintendo 64 doesn't work on this thing. Audio issues, very glitchy, it's like skippy. It's Nintendo 64. If that is why you're buying this thing, don't buy it. However, with that said, we need to be pretty fair to this thing, okay? Nintendo 64 is one of the harder emulators to be running. Very few of these little emulation consoles that are wallet friendly are actually going to be capable of playing that. So now, ROM hacks. We have lots of ROM hacks on this thing. Personal preference here. Very much enjoy ROM hacks. I really would have been super upset if I didn't hit the record button. You don't even understand how many times I've actually done that. And I'm gonna like close out these folders too. Morning face, I know, I apologize. So actually, if this video does really well, I will actually buy a capture card again, also, so that I can record stuff. But I want to show you this. It comes in this thing. Company like really packages it really nicely. It's like it's literally, so you can do Android box as well. However, I'm guessing that if you're buying this, you're not buying it to use Android. Comes with a remote for the Android version. Comes with HDMI. Have so many HDMIs, didn't need to use it. Comes with some pretty, I'm just gonna be really like very honest with the company here. Comes with some pretty crappy directions. I had to button mash to figure out how to get into the emulator settings, how to bring up the menus, figuring out that A and B is like swapped, not being able to figure out. So it does come with two controllers. And if you also have this problem where, all right, so this top one, when you put your battery in there, it's gonna like pop out all the time. However, once you put this on the actual controller, it doesn't pop out and it works fine. I'm just saying that it's gonna be pretty hard to get your battery, and it also comes with individual Bluetooth dongles. I haven't tried to turn this one on because it doesn't come with batteries. So you're gonna need your own batteries, and this is what I'm saying about why it's so hard to not have that battery pop out because this is a very tight fitting little controller. What do I think about the controller? I'm gonna be, dude, to be completely, I think the controller works great. And it has a little power on. The only downside to this is it doesn't have like a direct USB. Like you actually are unfortunately gonna need batteries, so you're gonna have to go to the store and buy batteries. However, what I did is I get the rechargeable ones. When you wanna back out, what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit start in mode. That's how you back out. And you see press again to quit. I'm not gonna quit because I don't want to quit. However, I don't like, obviously it's on a TV. If you're probably like playing up close on a monitor, you're gonna recognize the whatever old school resolution of 360 or 480p. However, I do think that there's already some filters. All right, so all right, let's jump. I do think that there's already some filters applied to some of these emulators. The Nintendo 3DS does show you like the whatever the like performance. However, I'm potato at this game, so I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna show you the console that I was speaking of. Remember, A is back. So if you do want, however, the other games in this do work. So it's not every game. The fighting games work fine. The audio is fine in those. I didn't notice any like slowdown. However, I'm like, whatever. I'm sitting way back here, so probably can't hear this. Mode, hit again. We're back out. So you can save your position in games. So this does not have like PS2. It does not have PS3. It does not have Wii. For the most part, everything on this works. To be on, like the Nintendo 60, this shouldn't even be on here. It does not work. And I cannot figure out how I get into the emulators like settings to like reduce everything to make it like run better, like doing the frame skipping and all of that stuff. Like, so I'm just saying, dude, like it shouldn't be on this console because it's not like the Sega Saturn with that Sonic game being the only game that doesn't work and all the other fighting ones do work. So yeah, overall, man, I recommend this thing. It's an awesome little console. It comes in a pretty cool case. The only complaints I have about this are the Nintendo 64 not running. It shouldn't be on here. And then I really feel stupid right now. Nintendo 64 should not be on here. Oh, batteries. That's the other. Okay, so the batteries. I knew there was something else. Batteries. It doesn't come with batteries. You need your own batteries. And then I guess this is kind of, it could be a complaint, but it's not really a complaint. It would just be nice to have the option. And that is being able to like have a USB to actually plug into the emulator, because I don't know what as far as I can tell, I like platformers. I like games like Super Mario World, like Super Castlevania, Super Nintendo games. And then just, I like the like platformer type games. That's just my thing. That's what I like, the action games. And I can't tell any like lag or delay from when I hit the button and then jumping inside of the game. So recommend it. Grab it. Link to the console will be down in the description below and in my comment. It's very fun.